Hey guys, what's up? It's TDRP Cubing here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Qiyi MP 2 through 5. The Qiyi MP 2x2 had a completely unexpected performance right out of the box, but since setup it's barely improved. After loosening the tensions and lubing the pieces with Max Fleet and Mystic, this cube has become more controllable, but it still doesn't feel much better than it did initially. Right away, this cube was extremely fast, and it is without a doubt the best of all the cubes I'll be reviewing. Compared to my main and backup though, it falls completely short. While it has incredible speed, the MGC Elite 2x2 is nearly as fast and it's a lot more controllable. Another thing this cube lacks that has been common with all of these MP cubes is uniqueness. It just feels bland, and there's nothing really special about this cube. Even compared to the MS 2x2, I would give that cube the upper hand because it too is really fast, but also unique in its feel, which made it a much bigger main contender for me when I originally unboxed it. Overall, this cube is not bad, but it's also not great. I'd 100% recommend buying the Qiyi MS 2x2 instead if you're looking for a good budget 2x2 because it's $8 less and it just feels better. The Qiyi MP 3x3 was fairly decent right away, and since setup it still feels that way. After loosening the tensions, putting the spring compression on the second setting, and lubing the pieces with Max Fleet and Mystic, just like the MP 2x2, this thing has barely improved. While it definitely feels better, it's still not that great. It's definitely the second best cube of the MP line in my opinion, but it still doesn't feel very special. Compared to my main and backup, this cube isn't even close. Not only does it lack in uniqueness, but it also lacks in performance. This thing constantly locks up, and it's not very controllable either. My times on it are just worse than what I average on my main and backup, and I feel more restricted when I'm solving this cube. It also feels pretty dry, despite the lube making it feel a little bit better, and that just goes along with the bland feel I was talking about earlier with the MP 2x2. This cube just feels bland. There's just nothing that makes it stand out among any of the other flagship 3x3s, and I can't even recommend it above the MS 3x3 because while they both go hand in hand for me, the MS 3x3 is also $8 cheaper than this one. So definitely don't buy this cube, it'll probably disappoint you. The Qiyi MP 4x4 did not impress me right out of the box, and since setup it's basically the same. After loosening the tensions and lubing the pieces with Max Fleet and Mystic, this thing still feels awful. While it's definitely not the worst 4x4 and I can't put up with its feel, it's still the worst feeling puzzle of all the MP cubes I've tried. At this point, I barely want to use this thing again because just like the last two puzzles, it's bland, and unlike the other two puzzles, it's just unbearable to turn. To put it best, whenever I go from trying this cube to using my main, the MGC 4x4, it feels like a huge sigh of relief. And when compared to the MS 4x4, while that cube wasn't the best 4x4 I've ever tried, it still feels way more pleasing to turn and actually usable. And I hate to be so negative about this puzzle, but I have honestly struggled to find anything special about it worth mentioning, and so far I have found nothing. It just doesn't feel that great, and the MS 4x4 is $9 cheaper. So definitely buy the MS instead, it's much more worth it. The Qiyi MP 5x5 also didn't feel that great right away, and after setting it up, I still feel the same way about it. After loosening the tensions and lubing the pieces with Max Fleet and Mystic, this cube definitely improved, but it still doesn't feel that great. While it's definitely the least bland feeling puzzle of all the cubes I've reviewed so far, it's still the second worst feeling in my opinion. It's a little bit more fluid and smoother feeling than the rest of the puzzles, but like the rest of them, it's pretty uncontrollable, and it locks up quite a bit when I'm trying to speed solve on it. While loosening the tensions did help, it still locks up a lot, and I feel like if I were to loosen it any more, it would explode. And that's the problem that all these cubes had. Even loosening them to their limits wasn't good enough to save their performances. They all still aren't good enough for me, and for this cube specifically, it's nowhere near main or backup main worthy. The Vault 5 feels way better, and even the MS 5x5 outperforms this cube. That cube actually feels pretty good, but this cube doesn't. It's also $10 cheaper than this one, so I 100% recommend buying this cube over the other. It's a way better feeling puzzle, and it's much more worth your investment in my opinion. And so that, guys, was the video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you have any questions, then make sure to ask them down in the comments below. Besides that, have a good day and bye. See you next time.